We know the big game that's coming up this weekend, the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the NFL season. Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles, the best team in the NFC versus the best team in the AFC. We got some new guests, so we got to talk about it once again. Who do y'all got in this game, man?
Them Chiefs.
We don't even want to ask him.
Them Chiefs.
I should have put the hat on.
Them Chiefs.
Yeah,
Chiefs,
thank you.
okay.
Smart man.
Okay.
Smart man.
Chiefs.
So why are you leaning one way over the other? Why are you leaning Chiefs?
Well, just the history of the Chiefs.
Okay.
Like how they are. The Eagles are trying to become what the Chiefs are. They're trying to be an underdog thing. The Chiefs was out for a long time. They're back. They're the top dog. They were a small market at first. And then you got Patrick Mahomes, who's the face of the, you know what I mean, of the league. You know what I'm saying? He's proven himself. These guys are, inconsistent. Patrick Mahomes has been consistent. Whether or not, he wins it or not, he's been consistent. He's proven himself.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's me?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm a Eagles fan, obviously. So, I mean, with that, I do agree with his statement that they've been compared to the Brady Belichick, Andy Reid, and Mahomes, but then you also have the Gronk and the Travis Kelce comparisons that come with it. But in addition to that, we just speak on the Eagles in terms of what they've done this season. Resumes matter, of course, in terms of experience and everything like that, but everything is season by season, play by play. And although they do have a play style and a form of a game that, a lot of teams would like to adopt, we are very unique in the fact that our quarterback can throw. Deep balls, short, middle of the field, whatever it is, he can run. Our RPO is phenomenal. Our defense is phenomenal. And the fact that we're going up against a pass-oriented team, and we have one of the best pass-rushing defenses in the league. In addition to that, we have Pro Bowlers, Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Darius Slay, and a bunch of other people in our defense that are well-rounded to be able to perform against a Travis Kelce or a Juju Smith-Schuster, whoever it may be. I think we match up very well.
Frank.
I got the Eagles. They're overall a better team.
Yes.
The only way I could see the Chiefs winning that game is if they stop the run, and I don't see that happening. Last week, the Eagles put up 141 yards and 4 touchdowns on the number 1 rushing defense in the league. If they keep that up, they're going to be hard to beat, and I don't see them being stopped at all.
Absolutely.
Okay, good points.
valid points. I love
It's
to see
cute.
it.
It's cute,
Look, man, we could talk about it.
I'm sorry, Malia. You're the first one that really going for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Patrick Mahomes. That's my guy. I love him so much. I don't know what more is to be said that I haven't said already. He's literally Patrick Mahomes. I know that you guys were speaking on the wide receiver core of the Chiefs compared to, the Eagles. They do have, some star players on their team. That's cute. That's nice. But when you look at the Chiefs offense and how they scheme, they pass the ball around. Yeah. I think I don't think that the Chiefs have like a wide receiver one just because of how often Patrick Mahomes passes the ball around. Their wide receiver one would be Travis Kelce. Yeah. But he's put up wide receiver numbers as a tight end, which is absolutely amazing.
More than any other.
So, I mean, it's like...
But to contrast that, again, I go back to the point of the number 1 pass rushing defense. So you have to take this into consideration. Patrick Mahomes is playing on a bad ankle. He's not at 100%. So now
what happened to the 2 weeks rest?
So
that 2 game, you gave Jalen Hurts.
Hold on.
You gave Jalen Hurts.
Because it is a high-end Patrick Mahomes.
Ours happened within the regular season, and then he had 2 weeks rest, and then to come back and play, and he wasn't really throwing, he was just handing the ball off, and we won those 2 games to get a first round and a bye. So then we had the bye, and then you go into the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes got hurt in the playoffs. We're recovering in the playoffs, and then 2 weeks. He needed that 2 weeks to kind of get to where Patrick Mahomes was Jalen Hurts was getting in the regular season. You get what I'm trying to say? So in addition to that, he's kind of immobile, right? Where a lot of the times these big star plays and what he's known to be, the Mahomes magic, comes from extended plays where he uses his feet. True. He's not going to be able to do that. And then you have to take into consideration Travis Kelce is going to have to stay back and pass block on some of these plays because what's going to happen when you have Sweat rushing off the edge, Hassan, they're going to come every play. And then I mentioned to my brother here that earlier, the Eagles play every down. First down, we're going for it. Second down, we're going for it. Third down, we're going for it. 4th and 2, 4th and 3, 4th and 1, we're going for it. So you have to have a defense that's long-winded, and the Chiefs' defense has not shown that they're going to be able to play all 4 downs during every quarter. Right by the first half, by the end of the first half, most teams are winded, and that's when we become a second half team and we start putting up these phenomenal numbers. But we are not used to playing from behind anyway. And that's why I think, when you, like Frank said, you're going to match up these teams, well, overall better.
Right, man, just to piggyback on what Jonte said, now I am going for the Chiefs, but it's not going to be easy for them. This is going to be a complete unbiased statement because I know I don't like the Eagles. They're my rival, but I'm going to be completely realistic and looking at both sides of football. Right? Now, the Eagles, like Jonte said, do have a top 3 pass defense. Now, one thing I can say about the Chiefs, for the wide receiver core, they're well more rounded than they was last year. Because really, last year it was really just Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. Now they have Juju Smith-Schuster.
They have Sky Moore too.
Sky Moore.
Don't sleep on him. Even Justin Watson, like that's what
They have-
it's like
they have
these
good
no-name
wide
players
receivers.
that will make the plays.
Who sat out last week, though? One of their receivers got hurt within the middle of
McCall Hardman.
No, we're talking about Kadarius Toney. You got her.
Kadarius Toney, and he's
Yeah.
another good
Yeah.
playmaker. But what are you gonna say?
And
Jamal?
so my thing is I look at the NFL history of it. So I want to look at Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts. I like everything he stands for. But at the end of the day, Cam Newton, not to compare him, Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl. They had a great stats. Their team was great. Everything about it was great.
But
They lost.
They lost,
And
but-
I'm saying this stage
in a
is
retirement year.
yeah, but this stage is big. This is major. So all those stats and all that stuff you did in the regular season, even in the playoffs, you might have played some teams. But this is the big game. And we all know, not to go back to college, this is one of the reasons why Jalen Hurts actually went down, because Jalen Hurts played in the big game and he got switched out from Tua. So this is now even a bigger stage. So what we gonna say about that? We have to go off of resumes sometimes. We have to go off of that. So I love Jalen Hurts and I want him to do that.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? What's his history? What's his facts? What's his car facts?
I've been thinking a lot, and some of the things that y'all been saying, like, I just don't get it, because we talking about the Eagles and we talking about Patrick Mahomes being here, whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's football. You
Yep.
feel me? It's football. So Patrick Mahomes, he had to get there at one point to win, right? He had to do that. Tom Brady had to get there at one point to win, right? He had to do that. Peyton Manning, all these people. So you can't say, oh, Patrick Mahomes got the experience in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts doesn't. Because why does that matter at the end of the day? They got there for a reason, because they're a very good team.
And our first ring came from backup
from
quarterback.
Nick Foles when
Nick
they
Foles,
doubted them.
that's a good
Exactly.
point.
So you can, and you talk about, we talk about his college days, Jalen Hurts, when he got benched. You don't think he know that? He know that he got benched, but he overcame that. All the doubts that Jalen Hurts has had in his career, he has overcame that. He was a second-team All-Pro quarterback this year for a reason. Now, moving forward, this Chiefs team, yes, the receivers core is more well-rounded. Sure, I guess you can say that. But at the end of the day, would you rather be relying on Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Juju Smith, or A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith?
A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith was literally absent in the 49ers game.
Because
I
they didn't
would
have
depend.
the
I
game
would
plan.
depend
They
on
ran the
Patrick
ball.
Mahomes' number one receiver, Travis Kelce.
Okay,
who is time
that's
and time
great.
again proven why he's the best.
He's
tight
one
end
of the
in
great tight ends.
NFL.
Yes, that's awesome.
Bro,
He's
up
awesome.
there.
But it is-
His records is up there with Jerry Rice and some of the top
Yes,
receivers.
but
he's a
it
tight
is,
end,
it is
like-
much easier.
He changed the game
It's
for the
much
tight end.
easier. It's much easier to negate a tight end in a game than it is to a wide receiver. Okay, they're going over the middle of the field.
But when you're
the Eagles have
double-teaming a
fast
tight end,
linebackers.
At
that
least
means
somebody's
Juju
open.
Smith
Because you're not going to leave
Okay,
him.
no,
Who you going to leave?
You're
You're leaving Juju Smith
Y'all
1v1
running
against
back
who?
Graham?
You're leaving
Y'all going to
Juju.
leave Graham on? He's going to burn that boy.
You're
He gonna
leaving.
burn
You're leaving
Graham.
Juju
And you
one-on-one
guys
against who?
you guys are
Darius Slay,
forgetting,
Pro Bowler.
you
You're
guys
leaving.
are forgetting Jerick McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco, who have been really quiet.
Very true.
Y'all have been sleeping on
The
them.
Eagles
and
have
they are good
Hassan
out of the
Reddick,
backfield. They're
Fletcher
good receiving
Cox,
options outside of
Brandon
the
Graham.
backfield. And they can block too. So
And I
I'm
want
just
y'all to
saying.
The Eagles have
It's
fewer
okay, let
guys.
them sleep.
Mahomes
Let
Juju
them
messed up.
sleep.
They can't block.
Also,
Let them sleep.
remember
I want them
Juju
sleep.
been in games like this in the NFL when he was with the Steelers. He been in big time games.
Yes.
So he has experience with that as well. So
But-
when them lights cut on, he's gonna be ready to play. I don't know about Brown, and I don't know they haven't been in this.
To interject, I'll just say it as this, right? Yes, experience and everything comes
Yeah.
into play like that, but just listening to the conversation that we're having here, listen to how much we have to say that the Chiefs have to formulate their offense, they have to
Yes.
formulate their defense, they have to change what they've been doing.
I don't think so.
That's football. That's
No,
coaches too.
okay,
They
That's
got
all I
a
was
great
about to
coach.
say. I was about to get into the coaching.
When you got
Nick
good
Saban
players and a
has
great
a
coach,
great
It
scheme.
is coaching. It is coaching. You're absolutely right. And Patrick Mahomes might be able to do that, but their offensive line is not that efficient. Their offensive line is not that efficient. You're playing up against veterans. These are veterans. We're not even talking about the back seven. We're talking about the front four,
Yeah, y'all
the
got
front
two.
five.
Yep.
These are veterans. Our whole defensive line.
That's where
we're
y'all
basically
broke the
all
record
Pro
too
Bowlers.
for the most sacks in the
We-
season.
we-
Yep.
we-
Four
Teams,
guys
yeah,
with
teams,
10
yeah.
or more sacks
I
on
can
that
see how-
defense.
Come on. You
That's
feel me?
fair, good point.
So when you think about that, they're going to have to change their whole offense. You're going to have to tell the running backs, yo, we're counting on you.
Yep.
We're counting on you. That is a big statement for this game. Yo, Travis Kelce, we're counting on you. We're counting on you to, hey, you're gonna have to shed block a little bit longer than what you usually do because we gotta brush Hassan off the edge. We gotta brush Sweat off the edge.
Yeah.
That's gonna take away from his. That's gonna take away from his passes. That's gonna take away from his completions or anything, whatever his targets. Then you have to transfer that into Smith-Schuster. I'll take that. I'll take taking some targets away from Kelce and give it to Smith-Schuster and making him beat us. Somebody has to beat us.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be Kelce. Mahomes being immobile, it's not going to be him, and it's definitely not going to be any other running back.
And we have to talk about this as well. We haven't even brought this up. The Eagles have the best offensive line in football. Jason
Yes.
Kelce, all pro.
Yes.
Lane Johnson, all pro. Landon Dickinson, all pro. I mean, what are the Chiefs going to do on defense? What is Chris Jones? You talked about Chris Jones, the pressure he was
Jones
able
is a
dog. Yeah, that's true.
to do. He did that against the Bengals because the Bengals O-line was trash.
Yeah,
What about the Eagles?
Chris Jones is a dog.
I mean, the Bills,
He is a
He's
dog,
still a
but
dog.
We're going to read off of him now.
I'm
Now
saying.
when we walk into the line, it's he's
He's
crashing
coming.
A gap. He's going B gap. Whatever. He's their defensive key now.
Okay.
And Mahomes is going to expose him. Nick Bosa got exposed last week for crashing down too hard, thinking that on the RPO. I'm telling you, our RPO
And
is insane.
Yeah,
you
that's
see, you
And
see
then
what
in the
Jalen
Super
Hurts,
Bowl, we have
his
history
mobility is
of
able to
pulling
do.
out Philly specials and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a lot of stuff that goes on in this game that you are that is unscripted.
Chiefs-
that's
the
not-
I'm gonna say the Chiefs play
Did you not
calling
see that
is
Raiders game?
spectacular, but it may change due to
Mahomes
his
magic.
injury. Yes.
Mahomes is
It may-
hurt.
it
That's
may
the
change.
There's no
point.
Tyreek Hill.
But we
Mahomes is
doubted
Mahomes.
him.
He got
We're
the
doubting him.
Mahomes
That's what he
magic,
does.
That's the thing. That's
craziness.
Mahomes.
He's
Mahomes
not
is built for
100% though. He's not 100%.
But that's
How you know
No.
Jalen's 100%?
so.
We're not worried about him
An
throwing the
ankle
ball.
injury is way worse than a
So
little
did he not
shoulder
play on it
sprain
last
that he
week?
got.
He did. He played
As
under
a
a great
quarterback?
team.
Was that
Are you
Really
serious?
saying the shoulder is not
Was that
important?
you need your
Oh
legs
my
for
God.
mobility. If he's strictly a pocket passer, that erases the ability to extend the play. That's
His
big.
shoulders hurt right now.
Your shoulder,
Right, exactly.
Your shoulder of your throwing hand.
Come on now.
Okay.
It obviously didn't affect him that
Hold on.
much.
Oh no! I'm telling you, his shoulder is hurt. Jalen Hurts' shoulder is hurt. No,
Jalen
I'm
Hurts
telling
is
you, that's
fine.
even.
He's
He's
fine.
not.
Like, at the end of the
Let
season,
me
he's
explain
fine.
something.
What?
No, he's not. How?
If he's running the ball, all the Chiefs
I'm
have to
telling
focus
you.
on the run game.
And then you burned him big with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
2 weeks of rest. And I'm telling you, the history doesn't. When you're a football player,
They just put up 38 points on the Giants. Did they not?
Hold on,